I would highly recommend him. He's kind of a no BS guy.
The systems we put in place with him, we're looking at doing 400 transactions this year.
To systematically increase your net worth is something that we never talk about. High-performance organizations are like high-performance cars. They need constant tuning, but they are worth the trouble because they accomplish their purpose better than anything else in their class. The one thing that, we talked about it yesterday, change is just a constant in business. And your ability to communicate change, I think, is probably the most important thing, more important than anything else. And to help your team embrace change as a catalyst for better things to come in the future. You must start looking at change as an opportunity. I've gotten really good at this. I think people leaving the team, like Keith and Keely recently for me, I think it's just a great opportunity for our team. So dedication to strategic purpose and a commitment to giving your team the tools they need to achieve expected results. So building a high-performance organization requires vision, structure, and tools. But the hallmark is the ability to see change as a resource. It's the opportunity to test assumptions and systems and add to the collective knowledge. So, I made sure that even though Keely is training her replacement, we need to make sure that we meet with her replacement and let her know that I think she could do a better job, honestly, than Keely. And just make sure that she knows, and we know as a team that it's a good opportunity to test the assumptions that have been there. Change moves everyone out of their comfort zones and frees them to take a fresh look at the business, driving innovations, thinking about next level. And if you're going to build this thing anyway, as far as the real estate industry goes, I clearly see a future where it's going to be tough to compete if you're playing at the economy model level. Where you don't come in and just totally blow the socks off of everyone you meet with on both sides. And when I think of it that way, imagine that the real estate, there's 10 Apple-like companies or Zappos-like companies competing for every listing or for every buyer. That's a scary world because it ain't anything like that right now. So that's the world that I think we're going to live in at some point in the next 5, 7, 10 years, where if you're not building a team like this, I don't think doing it halfway is acceptable. So if you're going to build it, let's build this thing right. And it does show up in different things. So when you're talking to vendors and you're trying to do marketing agreements with vendors, your ability to speak this language with your vendors and speak a vision that is bigger than where you are today. I've always sold, I guess you're selling to vendors, I've always sold my vendors on a future. I've never are we having conversations. Not only is it a little bit illegal, but I'm always selling them on this is what we're doing. We have a new training program for our agents where we increased accountability to agents. I'm always selling them on the vision as a way for them to buy in and help support us at a different level. And then obviously with new recruits as well, I want them to come into our office and see this is the real deal, which is why we have those visuals. I'll show you guys a tour of the office today. We have the visuals out there, and I want people to come into the office and be like, man, this is somewhere that, and we're working on a career track in our company as well. So we can clearly talk to people about a 3 to 5 year career track in our company, which is pretty cool.